ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hustle Up podcast, dedicated to all the movers and shakers out there grinding past a traditional 40-hour work week, aka the minimum required of being an adult today and living a somewhat semi-decent life, and grinding into those 50, 60, 80-hour plus work weeks to create a life by design. Stop living life on default. That's what we're about. I don't care what your life looks like. It's different for everybody, as long as you like it, right? As long as you're spending your time the way you want to be spending it, helping others, making an impact, hopefully making money in the process. Maybe money's not important to you. We don't care about that either. What we care about is finding happiness and purpose. Today, on that topic, on that note, we're talking, my name's Clint, by the way.
Jonathan.
Yeah. We're talking about how to stand up for what you believe in and not be a fucking coward. This came from inspiration from Nipsey Hussle's Celebration of Life. This was the message Jonathan took away from the video. It was live streamed for like 3 hours. So Jonathan's going to take it away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Pretty much what I got from that was, and what I truly believe in is really on my, it's not what I got. It's what pushed it to the front of my heart is stand for something or fall for everything. And that's one of the truest things. Like, one of the hardest things to do as an entrepreneur or as an individual, just whoever you are, is to really be yourself and not fold and not cower for anything. No matter who you're around, no matter what the situation is, it's being who you are, representing what you believe, and not pandering or not sugarcoating, like not doing any of these things, but just being you, like back straight, shoulders up, shoulders out, head up, all the time, no matter what, your highest version, highest frequency, your most confident self. I mean, all these words circulate around the same middle point principle, which is like self-belief. I really feel like if you really believe in yourself, then you're confident. You're going to be high frequency all the time. And I think you know what I realize is sometimes life can get tough. You will meet certain people that will downgrade you, that'll say certain things. Maybe certain doors will be locked that you didn't anticipate being locked, you know, and you got to bust them down. Like, you go as far in this life as you're willing to take yourself. And if you're not strong in moving that direction, you're not going to go anywhere. Jordan Peterson talks about it in chapter 1 of his book, and how he talks about the lobsters. Yeah. That's exactly what this is. That is the scientific, biological version. So Jordan.
Shout out to 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson.
Right, it wasn't. I think I said principles.
Yeah, one of my favorite books of all time.
It's an amazing book because what it does is it triangulates philosophy, religion, and science.
He's taking complex problems and making them simple,
and so
understandable.
Exactly, and easy to digest in ways that you can remember, so we can recall it when we're freestyling during a podcast. And it's like he talks about these lobsters and how if the ones essentially that aren't confident end up having a significantly lower lifespan.
Well, so the lobsters have a neurological circuit system. Neurological circuit system that's incredibly similar to ours. Even so similar that if you give a lobster antidepressants, like human antidepressants, it works the same way. It has the same effect on lobsters. And what you find is that the largest lobsters with the largest claws happen to be the ones that won the most fights. And lobsters that lose fights, lose their confidence, have way fewer mating options. It's actually a similar parallel to real life. But they lose their confidence, they lose their size, they have fewer mating options, and lobsters that win repeatedly grow larger claws, they have harems of female lobsters, and continue that trajectory of success. So you've heard the concept. Well, I have a friend who's always said winners win, and then they keep winning. But it's so true. If you ever know a winner, it's like everything they touch turns to gold. They keep winning, and it creates this perception of luck. But as we've talked about numerous times, luck is the residue of design. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation, and it's that act of being prepared and also knowing when a good opportunity has come your way. Now you're able to seize the day, capitalize on it, and it gives this appearance of luck. Oh, they're just lucky. No. Oh, they're prepared. Oh, they were prepared for this situation. It's huge.
Yeah, and it's like, it's you gotta be a fighter, like, to make those things happen, to live that life by design. You've got to fight through the unknown. You've got to fight through worse circumstances than anticipated.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable. You got to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. And for me, one of those, it used to be networking events. I could not stand walking in, or it used to make me shake, like my hands would visibly shake. I was terrified to walk into a room of people that I did not know and just start talking or meeting, or it was so bad. But I found that with practice and forcing myself to do it, not only did it become one of the most valuable tools in my arsenal, but I grew my network. I saw business from it. There were personal benefits to it as well, and the confidence that comes, it felt like a win every time that I went to a networking event. Every time I left, I had this feeling as though I overcame a fear, I won something, this was an accomplishment, this was a success. And it's those micro wins building on themselves that end up building that confidence, making your claws larger, whatever you want to call it.
That's another big thing about that, is these micro wins. It's kind of a mentality where if you're getting all these micro wins all the time, it turns into stay ready so you never have to get ready. Because you're already so full of these little micro wins that your perception, Jordan Belfort says, he says, I only count my losses because I have so few. You know, it's really just about fighting through that self-belief and getting there and understanding, knowing where you want to go, knowing what you stand for, knowing what you believe in, and having that confidence to do it. Anytime, the best imagery, like, I don't know why this popped in my head, but you ever seen the Civil War movies where they're like running and a dude gets shot and another guy picks up the flag and he runs, and then he gets shot? It's like, your self-belief and your confidence is that flag.
Yeah.
Like, at different times, there's going to be iterations and versions of you that are going to be running with it and get shot down. Another version of you just has to step up, pick up the flag, and keep the flag moving.
Yes. Yeah.
So, at all costs, and that's like where and that's where the micro wins come into play, because you got to, like, essentially all those versions of you have to believe in themselves enough to keep that flag moving, right? So there's really only one version of you, but when I talk about that, when I'm saying different versions of you is, oh, I thought I was right, and everyone's saying I'm wrong, but I really believe this in my heart. They shot you down, but I'm gonna still keep going.
Well, this builds off that idea of preparation that we were talking about. The summer body, for example, when you know you're going to the beach. I was listening to Joe Rogan today, actually. I think it was him and Tom Papa, and he's talking about when you go to the beach, it's either a reflection of all of your good choices or all of your bad choices. And he said, has there ever been a larger motivating factor for I need to get in shape than going to the beach and show? I think he specifically said showing off your shame and your bad habits, or showing off a winter of good eating habits and hitting the gym or whatever. Same thing with get ready to stay ready. If you get ready in the morning, even though you don't have to be anywhere, then when your friend or whoever, then when somebody calls you and says, hey, can you be here in 15 minutes? You could, this quite potentially actually be there in 15 minutes. The two types of women who get ready in the morning, do their makeup, get in their outfit, they're ready to go when, for whatever. Right. Or women who are in their sweatpants until 4 and don't get, and then you're late everywhere you go, right? It's two different ways of living life.
Yeah. So how do you tie that back into self-belief?
Preparation.
Mm-hmm.
I think that people who stay prepared also believe in their the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, the benefits of staying prepared.
You'll keep that flag moving at all costs.
You're keeping momentum. Yeah.
No, and that's huge. And then to be more specific about the Nipsey Hussle thing, like, I was just watching it, and it was amazing the impact he had on the people around him. I mean, he called his he called his last album Victory Lap, or his first album, his first debut album, he called it Victory Lap because a victory lap is a lap you've taken after you've already won the race. And he called his first album Victory Lap as an indicator that the race was getting to this point.
Talk about law of attraction and self-belief.
That's right. I mean, and his Hustle and Motivate, that's like his thing. Like, it's one of the biggest songs on the album.
I don't know much about Nipsey Hussle, like, at all.
Yeah.
And if you're tuning in and you also, maybe you know everything, maybe you're a diehard follower, but if you're tuning in and you don't know anything about Nipsey Hussle, can you give a little elaboration?
Yeah.
Who is this guy?
Nipsey Hussle is a hip-hop artist who was from LA, and he recently was shot and killed, and he did a lot of work and community work and really built at first his family and his friends, and then his whole community, and then the world outside of him. And most of what he raps about is that hustle, is that motivation. I mean, his name was Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying? So it was all about, and he was working with the justice system, trying to bring all the different gangs. He was trying to be a peacemaker. He was just doing a lot.
Gary V.
He was on. Gary V. Admired his work ethic, And if you're listening, you definitely know who Gary V is.
Gary V. admired his work ethic.
Exactly. Gary V. admired his, right. So this guy just had a tremendous impact on the whole world and his community and everything. And, his whole big thing is the marathon. Like, that was what it was called, was the marathon. His clothing company is called The Marathon. The Marathon Continues, like everything.
He's in it for the long haul?
I mean, that's just it. Like, all of his clothing is marathon clothing. It's like, and that's why his first debut album was Victory Lap. And it's just all about, living for the journey, keeping pace, hustle, motivation. Definitely check out his music because
that's huge.
Yeah.
Living for the journey and finding your pace. I went for a run yesterday. I went for a run today. Yesterday I had a specific time that I wanted to hit, and I came in. I had to book it. I had to empty the tank in order to hit this time, and by the end I was smoked. And so today I said, I'm going to pace this differently.
Good.
I'm going to start out faster. I'm going to maintain that pace, and then I'm not going to have to empty the tank at the end. I'll have more to give. And A, it worked. B, that was just a physical, I hit it, and not only did I hit it, but I took my mile time down by 30 seconds. Now, I don't have an amazing mile time, but taking 30 seconds off of it just from checking out the pace, you're in it for, the destination never really arrives.
Right.
So you want to be a millionaire. All right, you've got a business generating $1 million in revenue. Are you a millionaire yet? Okay, well, you have $1 million in your bank account and more coming in from your business or multiple businesses generating 7 figures in revenue. Guess what? You didn't make it. It's never enough. It never arrives, and then you just say, hey, I'm good now. You might hit a point where you decide that the money that you're making is enough money for the amount of time that you're working, and you would like to focus on your family or your kids or your passion project, whatever it is, but there's no set destination. That's the lie. It's not when you have 100,000 followers on Instagram. It's not when you have $1 million in your account. It's not when you're able to buy that house or that car or that next object. What you're chasing is a perfected journey. That's why we're so big on life by design. What you're chasing is that day-to-day routine that you could wake up every day for the foreseeable future. Every day for the foreseeable future, and you never go, fuck, the sun's up. Damn, it's time to wake up. Hey, I get to wake up. Let's get to it. It's those little things, and that you don't even have to change the way you're saying. You have to change your environment. It's not the words that are going through your head. That plays a role. If you want to manifest something with the power of language, but it's changing your environment, changing your routine, changing the way that you live, and figuring out how to maximize enjoyment in that.
So, believe in your motherfucking self, Don't wait until tomorrow to do it, because if you're always waiting until tomorrow before you want to level up who you are, it's always going to be until tomorrow, and it'll never be today. Believe in yourself, stay confident, stand for something or you'll fall for everything. I love that quote. Check out Nipsey Hussle, because he's a big motivator in the music that I listen to. Got a lot of great songs, did a lot of great things. I just want to shout him out, so go check him out. Check out Gary Vee. He's another person, but really
Stays putting out content.
Stays putting out content. If anything, like, this episode is about self-belief, walking with your back straight, knowing who you are, not folding, not being a coward, not being a pushover, not sugarcoating, not doing any of that bullshit, just being who you are and doing what you believe in. I'm Jonathan.
Clint.
At HSTLUP, www.hstlup.com. Check out our website, because we got a lot of cool shit popping off.
Check out the vlog. We got regular posts coming at you.
Boom, bow, hustle up.